Hello everybody, and let's play Talisman Digital Edition. Talisman is a board game that I was introduced to from watching T the Writer, that is the host of D&D Stories on YouTube, review the actual physical board game. And then I found the other day that, hey, guess what? This game is on Steam. So right now, it's like a board game, but it's way more intricate than like Mario Party or something. You'll see that there's a lot of blank spaces here where you draw cards. And the adventure cards, of course, are what make this game amazing. So right here I've got to fight... First of all characters in this region miss their next turn, which kind of sucks, because that immediately happens and I don't fight that small monster. That monster, by the way, was, of course, a spirit creature, so I'd have to fight it with my craft skill rather than my strength, which is the blue one rather than the red one. Which is too bad, because I'm playing as the warrior, and the warrior, when he gets to attack, uses 2 dice. There's a lot of different characters, and they're all more or less random. I mean, that's one of the rules of classic Talisman, is that the players that you play with are random characters, but I'm pretty familiar with this warrior guy, so I'm pretty used to this. So I can choose the higher result here. Also, the purple thing there, that's fate, so I can re-roll it if I need to, but I have a 6, he has a 4, so I defeat the hobgoblin. And I get to keep its card as a trophy. Now, it was worth 3, you saw, 3 strength. Whenever you get to enough monsters that you kill equal to like 7, I believe, you can trade them in to get another permanent strength point. The goal of Talisman, of course, is to get to the center of the board. There are many traps and things along the way. For example, there's a giant river across the whole middle. You can pass the sentinel like she's doing by casting invisibility, for example. I don't know why you'd want to cross this early in the game, though, because, well, let's face it, the inner ring is also more dangerous than the outer one. You should really have a lot of high strength, craft, and lives if you want to go to the middle. Plus, you need to get a talisman to be able to get to the crown. What happens when you get to the crown? Well, we'll see if we can get there, but essentially, the player in the crown space is able to basically deal damage to all the other players over time. So, and if you die in this game by having your life reduced to 0, until someone's at the crown space, you'll respawn. I mean, all your items will drop wherever you died, but the game continues. Don't worry about it. Until somebody's at the crown. In which case, if you die, things happen. Now, if you're wondering about character alignment, there's several spaces on the board. Like, say, the graveyard. Right? If you're good, you lose a life. If you're evil, things happen. I don't want to pause the game and go over the spaces too much. But I've been playing this a few times now, and I gotta say, I love this game. I've never played the physical board game, but, I mean, learning how to play with this digital tool would be like, if I did pick up the physical game, I could basically teach people how to play that one now. Which would be amazing. There's all sorts of encounters and things that might happen to kind of boost your skills. Alright, so I got a 2. So I can go either space here or there. Now, I'm the warrior. You know, if I was the monk, I might try to head towards the temple. But I'm hoping to actually fight more monsters. Ah, something that will help me in the desert. Yeah, I'm taking this object with me. The desert's a couple of realms there in the middle, which might actually come into play. You never know. But as you can see, I start off with only a craft of 2. And that's what I would say is one of the most overpowered spells in the game. Yep. Unless somebody has a counter spell, which exists in this game, she takes 3 turns before the next person does. I'm not saying the AI is easy in this game, but it kind of is. I don't think there's a way to add up the challenge rating per se at all. Which is fine. I suppose I should be more concerned about what the priestess is doing right now, but her stats are still like starting values, so I can't see her being intent on heading to the middle right now. She would get absolutely destroyed. So right now I'm just kind of watching what happens. A ghost just materialized at the castle, and her third turn happens now. There's actually a few spaces in the middle that allow you to, like, draw 3 adventure cards all at once, or 2, or, you know, make monsters you fight stronger. She's casting destruction on the ghost. Okay, that's smart. Some characters actually get spells and can only ever, like, have one at a time. So as soon as you use one, you'll get one back. That'd be the wizard, or there's actually an item in this deck that allows you to do that. Now, I know you haven't seen all this stuff yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. But, I mean, there's items, there's events, there's followers, there's a store that you can buy with your gold. All the numbers up in the top actually have a value. Oh, God. Look at that. Yep, there's talismans in the adventure deck. And the priestess is able to throw around some of the adventure cards, so she fights the boar. If the boar gets like a 4 or 5, it'll knock her right out. I guess I calculated that wrong. But it's a standoff, so nothing else happens, and she can't pick up that talisman till she defeats the boar. Anybody can, really. And remember, you need a talisman to beat this game. And you can steal it from other players too. Did I mention that? You can fight people. And there go all the spells. Not a big deal. Not a terribly big deal. I love how intricate this is, though. There's just certain events that always happen in the very center of the board. There's like 2 paths you can take. For example, you know, rolling dice with the Grim Reaper, which is basically completely chance-based. But if you've got a lot of fate, you might be able to sway that in your favor. Or losing a lot of life to vampires, and if you've got more followers than you need, you can actually sacrifice some instead of dying. So, what's my goal right now? Well, I'm the warrior. I want a lot more strength if I can help it. Okay, there is a character right here, the monk, and he doesn't have any items. You can choose to encounter a player or the space, right? So there's the wizard. Or rather, no, he's the monk, isn't he? The elf is down there. I'm fighting 2 monks, that's strange. And neither of them has any items. Well, I don't feel like killing people right now. So I think I'll head over here instead of fighting the other guy. Gold can be used to purchase things. There's sometimes market events that'll happen. Did I actually go over all the numbers yet? The red one's your strength, the blue one's your craft, the green one's your life, the purple one is fate, and of course, the gold one is gold. Then you have your cards, right? Spells are blue. What's that red one? Objects, right? Because I've got the Holy Grail. The green one would be followers, and the last one is other cards, like when you beat monsters and you save them up to make trophy values. Really hope I'm showing off this is a fun game. There's just a lot of things that happen, and it's a bit of a long game too. Yeah. The typical game might last... Well, my first one, while I was learning it, lasted about 90 minutes. It's a heck of a lot of interesting, I'd say. If this recording goes well right now, I plan to at least play this with Al Hannibal and maybe a few other people. It's actually on sale on Steam the moment I'm speaking about this. I got the 4-pack, so, you know. I'll be able to play this game with a lot of other people, hopefully. Yeah, the 4 corner spaces are actually kind of special. There's events that can happen there very specifically. There we go. So now I can either go to that tavern, or I could roll a 6-sided die, possibly get moved to the temple, which is really good, right there in the upper right corner, the middle board. Or, you know, lose things, get drunk, or I could simply go down here to the ruins, where you draw 2 cards instead of 1. Evil Darkness. Well, that's very bad. It's an event, so it happens first. All characters except those of evil alignment miss a turn. Well, we're all actually good, so... Actually, the fighter, my character, is neutral. Warrior, I mean. But, you know, if you had an evil character right now, because alignment, like I said, comes into play sometimes. And I get a 2, so I can head right back over here to the tavern. And give it my luck. A 5. A wizard offers to teleport you to... Yeah, that's good. Now, there's certain adventure cards we actually haven't seen yet besides monsters that will stay on the board forever. For example... Ooh. Okay, that's a crazy one. And you decide to get an ogre that you can't fight. Youch. Well, it was that or get trapped in the maze. She can't beat him. Anyways, there's certain ones like a pool of wisdom, so whoever lands on it next will gain, like, an automatic health point or something. And it'll last there for, like, 4 turns, that sort of thing. Or rather, until 4 people land on it. So where do I want to go on my next turn? I'm neutral, so I don't really get any super benefit from a few things. However, there are a few ways to change your alignment in this game. One of which is go to the Mystic and get a lucky roll. I suppose I should do that. At least that would settle it once and for all, right? There's some things that are good if you're neutral. Well, not really. There's just some things that are bad if you're a specific alignment, too. There's not a really big chance of the Monk losing this fight with only a Craft 1 creature. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And he took the amulet. Yeah, I'll head over here, I think. Well, it might have been also a good idea to think about defeating players, but I can't go to the middle yet. Can head back here for 2 adventure cards, or no, I think I'll go with the Mystic idea. I could also buy a sword for 2 gold, actually. Because I have 2 gold, right? And that will automatically raise my strength in combat. Permanently. Unless someone, like, steals my sword, you know. Or I decide to drop it for something more valuable. Nobody has a talisman yet, so there's not a big issue. Actually, there's tons of ways to get around some of these issues, right? Like, you can fight the sentinel in the bottom of the board to cross over, like, the bridge. The sentinel has a strength of 9. Or, like you could do with the prophetess, turn yourself invisible and just walk by him. You can get an axe, which allows you to make a raft whenever you're in the woods spaces around the outer board, and then use that raft to go to the middle directly. You go to the tavern, hope to roll a 6. That's kind of less useful. But there's more and more challenges to get to the middle. See, you can build a raft when you're in the woods or the forest. A 1. Actually, I think both spaces are exactly the same, so I'll head back towards the tavern, maybe. Why don't I show off some player combat for the heck of it, maybe? Well, no, that wouldn't help me much, would it? If they had items I wanted, that would work. You may have up to 2 lives per visit healed at the castle for free. That's interesting. Followers also sometimes have other benefits, so sometimes it's a really good idea. to just hang on to them. Well, she got lucky with this one, didn't she? I suppose I was saying about nobody having a talisman yet. And you'll notice that she's got one now because that talisman icon right next to her head is glowing. Which means she's in the running to get through the middle, I suppose. Except that her stats are still so terribly low. I've seen the assassin character with 11 strength go through the middle of the board, only to lose dice with death 3 times and die immediately. There are some hard challenges out in there, but they can be overcome. Luck, fate, high scores. That's essentially what this game is all about. I would almost want to go to the middle of the board, though, if I could, just to get to some of those more interesting spaces, like the temple. What are you doing to my character? Targeting me with what, immobility? Not the random spell, please. Nullify. Oh, right, I'm not the monk this time. And the game does give you some chance to wait, just in case anyone else does have a counterspell spell. Alright, it's my turn. That's what I wanted to do, yes. Head back over here to the ruins and draw 2 cards at a time. The wand. Oh, that's awesome. And 2 bags of gold. Well, why not? I'll take the object. And that automatically gives me a spell. Healing. Cast as required. That's good. I'll also take 2 bags of gold to up my score a little bit. I don't actually, you know... Actually, yeah, I think I can just straight up carry around the 2 bags of gold. Because people can steal that from me if they need to. You know, by beating me up. She spent some gold and got some health back, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Because I have the priest. No, the princess. If I landed there, I wouldn't have to pay the gold. See, some things are very situational. But that's not bad. In fact, some characters are very situational. Such as the dwarf gets more luck at rolling some of the challenges in the mines. You know, he doesn't have to worry about stuff like that. The monk can't wield weapons, but he can use some of his starting craft in strength-based combat automatically. I would definitely save the healing for myself. I mean, if the other characters die, they lose all their stuff until they land on that space again. A 1. Well, without anything really too special, let's just go here. I'm not going to use my fate to reroll just that. Ooh, the shrine is really good. Stays here for the rest of the game. Roll a dice. What happens? A 4. So I get a free spell. That's totally worth it. Oh, right. However, my character doesn't have, what's it called? A high enough starting craft, I think? I mean, I'm the warrior. I'm not like the wizard. So, although I would have gained a spell, I don't. It didn't give me the option, you see. Ooh, so whoever lands on that space gets an automatic strength point for free. Permanently increased. I kind of want to head over there now. Again, since I'm the warrior, my strength is that... Well, my strength is my strength. But fighting in combat, with strength-based combat, I get to roll 2 dice and choose the higher result. The monk uses the axe to create a raft, which he can use on his next turn to move to the middle. Okay, I got some choices here. I can head to the forest where we might get lost. Head to the woods and maybe fight this monk. But again, they don't have any items really, except for this dude. And he's got the axe and a raft. I could take the raft on him. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So we'll encounter his character. Enter combat. 2 2s, that's not so good. But it certainly beats him, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. So I'll re-roll. I got a 5. There we go. So I can either take his bag of gold, his raft, or the axe. Well, I was saying I might want to go to the middle, so I'll take his raft. Might have been smarter to take his axe and then make my own raft later. Actually, that probably would have been smarter, because now I have to do the raft on my next turn. And I don't mind running around the board too much, because hopefully you get your character better and better. I gotta remember on my turn to use the raft, though, or it goes away. I also prevented him from going to the middle of the board, which, by making a raft, is what he wanted to do. Teleport to any space in the same region. So where's he going? Over there to gain a strength, of course. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'd have to take another turn making a raft. You know, being on the wood space if he was lucky. A fairy. Oh, this is very good for him. 1 strength permanently. Okay, it's my turn now. We'll go to my items. I want to use the raft. Use object. Using his raft to cross the river will allow me to land on either the desert, where we lose a life, or the oasis, which is good. Let's head over there. Now I have the Holy Grail, right? A magic portal, which allows you to possibly go to the Plane of Peril and bypass a lot of things. Or not. But first we have to encounter the witch. Which may or may not be good. A 2 would be lose 1 life. Not liking that idea. I'm out of fate, though, so I can't change it. Now, do I want to use the portal? No, the portal would probably send me back to the outer ring of the board, so I'm not going to do that. So the oasis is now kind of filled with items that I don't want. Unfortunately. Personal preference. I mean, obviously, the portal is usually really good if it's on the outer ring of the board. I mean, I guess it's a free trip back, but that's not something that I'm into. And the witch can be good, too, if she doesn't turn you into a toad, which is terrible. You drop all your items, can only move 1 space, and all your stats basically drop to 1. And by all your stats, I mean your strength and your craft. It's quite bad. I do have a spell, though, don't I? Healing. I can heal myself. No. I'll wait till I'm at, like, 2 before I do that. Ah, yes, 2. I can go to the Warlock and hopefully get a quest for a talisman, or head over to the temple, where we'll roll 2 dice and see what happens. Ooh, that's good. I think I just gained a strength. Yes, I did. That's awesome. It was dangerous, of course, but, you know, you gotta go with those risky spaces sometimes. So he spent his whole turn making another raft. See, I sent him back a bit by doing that, didn't I? Okay. So now I can either head to the Black Knight, where I will either pay a gold, lose 1 life, that's not good. Head over here to there, where any creatures you fight get a +2, but that's better than nothing. Book of Spells. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have the ability to gain any more spells. So that stays there, or just goes away automatically. I'm not a very spell-oriented character, but that's okay. I mean, now it's out of the deck, so the other characters don't get it. However, that pool of strength is getting drained pretty good. I'm not sure if this game would be easier or harder to play if it was physical. I mean, in this way, it does speed things up. You don't have to worry about counters or needing to remember items or things. The Warlock's Cave. So, he can't pass by that portal to get to the middle until he solves this quest. But by solving the quest, he does automatically get teleported back to the Warlock's Cave and get a talisman. I rolled a 1. Do I either want to head to the chasm and risk death, or go to the Warlock's Cave as well? I think I'll do that. You're the guy that has the axe. I'll fight you. It's a quite even fight, isn't it? Well, it was an even fight. Oh, this isn't good. Well, it would have been, but, and he takes my wand from me. Smart monk. We'll fight again another day. Maybe. Because I fought him, I don't take a Warlock's quest. That axe would have been nice. That was my thinking, is I could go back and kind of redo my idea before, and just take his axe. So she gains a gold at the tavern. Lucky you. Immediately steal all his gold and throw it into the oasis. Wow. Did he even have any gold? Because he took my wand, he got the teleport spell. Oh, that lucky bugger. Where is he going? The temple, maybe? Well, he gets another spell first. Nope, back to the Hidden Valley where there are 3 cards. That's where I would go to if I was him. Well, he's got to fight. Well, first he gets the hag. Oh, and you can deliver the follower automatically to get a talisman and not have to fight the other guy. Oh, you lucky bugger. Wow. Now, because he's on my space, I can't fight him, right? Because he's right there. You know what? I might as well go play with the witch. Replenish your fate up to its fate value. Which is really good, but is also only 1 for my character. And I don't actually want to teleport. How'd I gain 2 gold? That's odd. I still don't get how I got 2 gold back, though. Not totally sure. That goblin wouldn't be an issue for me, but for her character, it might be a problem. But her shield protects her. Do you guys kind of get an idea of how this game works and what it's all about and why it's so much fun? I admit it plays a bit faster when you're not doing something like recording it. He got really lucky by getting rid of the hag with the warlock, though, because typically the hag is something that, as a follower, means you can't get any more followers, and you can only get rid of her by landing in the bottom right-hand corner of the board, of the outer board. But because of the warlock's quest, kabam. And I'm pretty sure that's luck. I don't think that's the AI cheating or anything like that. This game seems like pretty fair game. As opposed to, like I said, I'm very used to playing games such as Mario Party. The most dangerous party ever conceived. The random effect is very dangerous. You see how some of the options there are lose all strength, or lose all craft, or lose all gold? Those things are ridiculous. And I've got one chance, really. Well, two, maybe. One. Become a toad for 3 turns. That's horrendous. Please re-roll that. A 5. Gain 1 strength. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes fate can just automatically save you from certain disaster. Gotta say, though, I feel like this is a very balanced game. Especially since you can't choose what your characters are. I mean, you could sometimes. But I'm trying this with random. He wants to do the witch. I gotta call that something else. I don't think he lost any fate, though, that character, anyway. And he also doesn't want to do that. Also, the music's a little classy, ain't it? 1. Do we head into the desert, lose 1 life, draw a card? I've got the Holy Grail, so I won't lose a life, so we'll head there, yes. And I get a raft. I might as well take it with me, but I'm not going to want to use it, I don't think. So I'll just leave it here so someone else can draw another adventure card at least. I'm not going to prevent somebody from having fun that way. Including myself. I guess the Holy Grail did come in handy. I mean, every life point you save is more turns that I don't need to use healing right away. And if that magical vortex comes back, I might just lose my 1 spell anyway. Oh, the Orb of Knowledge is awesome. Lets you get rid of an adventure card that you didn't like. Draw a different one. That's metagaming right there. He's gonna head to the temple, ain't he? Free spell, eh? Not bad. Okay. I'm ready to do something interesting. I'm ready to head to the temple and encounter you, Monkey. Uh-oh. The monk's using Psionic Blast to add more starting things. Or rather, more strength to his roll. See, I didn't know he had that spell. Spells can be crazy like this. But I have a slight advantage. Very slight, because he's got basically the same luck chance here. Standoff, okay, that's fine. Because I didn't win the encounter, I don't get to do the temple ability. And he's got another spell that I'm not aware of. That's not so good. And I lost the raft, if you weren't paying attention, because I didn't use it. I've got no fate points again, but my character doesn't typically have a lot of fate points. Some of them do, like these monks. They get 5. That's insane. Where would a monk go if a monk could go anywhere? Good question. Back to the Hidden Valley, maybe? No, back to the witch. Really? I suppose since you've got a high fate, that'll more or less always do what you want it to do. Well, I don't have a talisman yet, so I don't want to head to the middle of the board. Guess we're heading over here and hoping for the best. The Alchemist can convert any number of objects you have into gold. I'll take him. What objects do I have right now? The sword and the Holy Grail. No, I don't want to use him right now. Unless I get something else bad, like a raft in the future. And I can't use the purchase deck on other people's turns, of course. Wow, she just got the 6 at the tavern. That's pretty boss. Another way to bypass the whole fight the sentinel or use the raft thing. The cave can be good. Or slightly dangerous. Well, not for that, maybe. I mean, there could have been a Strength 7 dragon in that cave, so... Oh no. Targeting himself? Oh no, the other monk, right. He'd rather have the mule follower than, say, the alchemist or my, princess? I think I have this game. Mesmerism. Yep. There are all sorts of spells in this game. All the characters have different strengths, weaknesses, special abilities, that sort of thing. We haven't seen it yet, but there are specific things like the chapel and the shrine that you pray at, and the monks can automatically add 1 to that roll. If they choose to. Oh, that is a good guy for getting through the portal. One. Yeah, I'll go to the Warlock's cave and try the quest. I need to discard 1 magic object. And I believe this affects my Holy Grail immediately. But yeah, I get a free talisman. Oh no, I think that actually... Why do I have to discard my spell? Is it because I didn't have any magic objects? Yeah, that's why. Not counting the talisman. I suppose that's what it's based on. Because I had the Holy Grail, I could keep the spell, but then... Well, it's gone. I didn't know that was going to happen right away. Rerolls it into a 7, because otherwise she was going to probably get enslaved at the temple, which is a very bad thing to be. I'm trying to debate what my next course of action is. I thought I had a high strength, but not compared to these monk characters. They're quite, well, awesome. He failed to get through the portal, which means he actually lost, I think, 1 from whatever he was doing. Time to do the witch. And I get a 4. Gain 1 craft. Okay. And I'm not doing the portal. Which is good, because I'm a character with low craft, so if I had to fight a spirit monster, I'd have a pretty hard time. She's gonna have a hard time fighting this one, for example. I suppose anybody landing there would. I don't actually want to go to the Hidden Valley because that Wraith is still there. The monks, on the other hand, the monks might be okay. Except that's not a strength-based fight, so that number doesn't matter. And just a lowly goblin in the hills. Wonder if he's got enough trophies now. Probably not. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The runes or the chasm, which is bad. I was expecting a dragon, actually. This is horrible. Strength 9. However, I can't get higher than a 6, so as long as you don't also get a 6... I'll just leave it here. It's actually a strength, it's going to be a permanent strength 9 right there. That's pretty bad. However, you'll notice that the dragon does have a strength 7. That's the highest. And by beating the dragon, you automatically can trade in that trophy for a free strength point. So sometimes it's really good to fight the dragon. There's specifically a sword that helps you fight dragons, for example. So there's definitely more than one in the monster deck. The adventure one, whatever. If I was stronger... See, I got really lucky there, I guess. Or not, it came down to a 50-50 if a 4 was a standoff. I still don't want to do that again because I was only a standoff 50-50 because I rolled a 6. That's not going to happen every time. The monk fights the other monk. Huh. Monk on monk action. And loses! But he re-rolls it with fate into a lesser number. You've always got to take the second result. And that monk takes his wand. Rather than his talisman. A 6. Well, go back to the Warlock Cave. I've already got a talisman, that's not good for me. Cursed Glade. That's not good. Basically, it's like fight with your... Oh, this ain't good. My sword doesn't matter in this combat. I believe I got lucky, though. I can actually trade my trophies in now because I've got 9. But I'm going to dismiss this for now, I think. Because if I get one more trophy, it'll be more efficient. Right? Because it's only 7. And the giant's really good to have. There's not a lot of strength 1s, though. Wow, the priestess just failed to open the portal, too. How you open the portal, if I remember correctly, is you roll 2 dice, and you have to get less than either your strength or your craft you choose before you roll, right? So, you know, with a 6, I need to roll 2 dice and get less than a 6, which is harder than you'd expect, maybe. Bet you had the same chance as me. Alright. Go to the castle and heal. Go to the desert and just do that. Because I am accompanied, aren't I, by the alchemist and the princess. So I can get 1 healing for free, perhaps. No, I think I'd rather go over here and draw an adventure card. Oh, right, I lost my grail. The guide. Might as well take him with me. I changed my mind, though. I think I do want to trade in both these trophies. This game is getting harder. I kind of want to land at the castle now that I've lost 2 health. The temple. Enslaved! Great! I mean, not great for her. I think she has to roll a 4, 5, or 6 to move now. This game just has so much variety for me, I think, and it'll be a lot more fun when I get another player, or 3, playing this game as well. It's more like a test recording to see if this works out, or if you guys are actually interested. You'd be surprised how much Fwipp actually cares about people leaving comments. So if you got this far in the video, please leave me a comment. I really want to know what you think. Alright. 2. More desert? More ruins. Let's do the desert again. That's not good, but whatever. I'm the warrior. I can spare a few life points. Poltergeist has attached it to you. You must take it as a follower. It's only effective... That's not good. But I can use the poltergeist to get to the temple easily. Basically, I can only move 1 space a turn with the poltergeist follower. That's crazy. That's crazy bad. Because, you know, as you've seen, there are some very specific spaces on this middle of the board that are very bad. There's a marketplace or something at the portal here now. I could buy another sword. I've got 4 gold after all. Might as well use it before it goes away. Speaking of, all those strength points at those are gone now. guess she didn't get trapped in the temple after all. Maybe nothing happened. I want to be at the temple anyway, though. I thought I did. The temple hurts. It's a lot better when you have some fate to be able to decide your roles for you. I don't want to die, but I lost my healing spell. If I can get to the castle alive, I'll be okay. There's just a 9 strength dragon on the way there. And an ogre. Strength 5. I should be able to fight my way through the ogre if I'm lucky. Please don't kill me. Thank you. That's not bad unless he rolls a 6. Never mind, I guess I'm okay. I can either fight the 9 dragon, a devil. Oh, interesting. Yeah, she didn't want the devil. She got the angel, which is the opposite. Great. She gains a life point back. I could have used that. Except I'm neutral, so I couldn't use that anyway. Ah, silly me. This is the kind of rip-roaring game that you can kind of roleplay too if you really wanted to, I suppose. Wow, there's just a lot of gold on those ruins today. Okay, guys, what do you think? Am I strong enough to go back to the temple? Or am I strong enough to fight the dragon? Alright, I'll head back to the temple this time, I guess. 7. Gain a craft. Yeah, not bad. It might have been smarter, actually, to take the portal back. Because this poltergeist is actually becoming a problem. Because I can't cross the 9 strength dragon. Obviously, it will kill me dead. How am I going to get rid of that? If I was a wizard, I could just cast Destruction, destroy the dragon. But I'm not. I'm a warrior. I could wait around until someone else kills the dragon. Maybe. That doesn't sound like a good tactic. I just need, like, 1 more health to, like, tank it. Mephistopheles! Oh, If you are good or neutral, he converts you to evil and runs away. I'm now an evil warrior. Well, that's good. It's not so bad, I guess. I mean, worse things have happened. See, my issue is I can... Okay, priestess, fight the dragon, please. Please kill the dragon. Because if you kill the dragon, I can automatically move to the castle and get my health back. That's good. God, no. The dragon's still there. I could just straight up die at the temple. That's not good. That's not good at all, boys and girls. A craft 10 demon. You can't beat it. And it stays there. That's a horrible thing to have to fight. Oh, what is poor Fwippy to do? More monk on monk action. Okay. You are the stronger of the monks. Actually, you're not. What is he trying to do? Take the wand, I guess. I don't think I could fight the priestess, can I? Because she has 3 strength. You know what? I'll do that. I'll travel here. Encounter character instead of the space. I should be able to knock her out. That's a lot of power and toughness. Now, I can either take her talisman, which is not a bad idea. I could take her shield, could take her sword, or her bag of gold, or deal damage to her. Well, I'll take the sword. I don't know if I can actually wield swords, but whatever. I mean, she doesn't have it anymore, so that's too bad. Now she's sort of on even ground with this guy. And because she was on the space with the dragon, I didn't have to fight the dragon. You notice that, guys? Okay. Oh, lucky him. That's a pretty good item. The Hidden Valley. Oh, lucky you. Sorta lucky you. You've got to encounter a level 5 spirit now. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Heal lives, please. 2, yes. Continue. Wait, really? I thought I could do that for free. Maybe I'm wrong. I did have 4 gold that I didn't need to use. Oh! No, I still don't get it. Unless it's because I just healed up to 4. Because I did 2 for free and then 2 for gold. Totally worth it to not die anymore. You know, on the very inner track of the game, it's totally true that, well, you can only move 1 space anyway, so the poltergeist isn't exactly such a bad thing. Reroll shenanigans. What is on this space anyway? The market has been set up for the rest of the game. On each visit you may buy a sword for 1 gold, a helmet for 1 gold, a water bottle for 1 gold, a shield, a mule, and a raft. Okay. Or I could fight the priestess. That sounds good. The more I kill her, the better it is. I can just take her shield. She really shouldn't stay around me. You can go back to the castle, buy some life back, maybe. Which she does. Which is fine. Because I think I'm going to try to go through the portal on my turn. As dumb an idea as that is. If I can get it through. Roll 2 dice, get less than 7. Ugh. It'd be like a 3 and a 3. It's like a 50-50, isn't it? I think. Okay. Let's do this portal power thing. Use strength, use craft. I'd use strength because it's my higher number, so I've got a better chance. I believe that's less than a 7. Ho-ho! I did it! So now I'm on the inner track. And I can only move 1 space a turn anyway. I gotta get through 4 trials before I can get to the crown. And I need a talisman, but I've already got that. Because I'm not in that region anymore, I didn't get hit with the pestilence. Very, very good. So, it comes down to, do I trust my luck with dice and strength? Or would I rather go on the bottom track? I have a decent craft, don't I? Maybe next time, Hannibal. I've got a game to play here. I mean, he knows I'm in a game after all. Okay. Marsh is not always a good area. Okay, my choices include the Crypt. Subtract your strength and move directly to. So you need to roll 3 dice and get the right number, right? And you use craft on the mines. These are very difficult areas. I'll go up because I have a lot of strength. I believe I beat the mines. I mean that area. Which is good, because, like, even if I would be better at the other challenges on the bottom track, I need to get through that first. And if I had rolled a 5 there, I don't think I would have succeeded if I had even used my craft. Roll 3 dice and get, yeah, it would send you backwards, wouldn't it? Automatically. And you'd have to do the portal again. The challenges just get harder from here, though, and that's kind of part of the fun. He got a free spell from the mage. Good for him. Time for dice with death. Roll 2 dice for yourself and then 2 for death. If you get higher than death, it's good. 7 is a good even number. There's no way I could beat that. Fwipp loses a life and has to do it again next turn. This challenge is pure luck. I mean, if you had fate, you'd be a little better off. But be honest, nothing beats double 6s from the Reaper. You might have good strength, you might have good craft, but it comes to the middle ring, you need some life left to take some hits too, don't you? However, this game is coming to a close soon. He's destroying the demon with destruction. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's a freaking big demon, isn't it? And that's all before his turn. Okay, Death, let's do this. 11. Okay. Just don't get double 6s again. Wow. So I can't leave. I don't lose life, but... like, what was the percent chance of him getting an 11 instead of a 12? That's a heck of a dangerous time. I'm the only one close to the middle ring right now, and I'm starting to feel like I might not be either on the right path or be good enough for this. He got 2 gold in the cave. Not a bad thing. Sure. It's very specific. Oh, by the way, if you're on the middle track and you choose to go backwards, you don't have to do all the challenges again, but you have to keep going back. You can't change your mind. I just got a 5. Death? Please get like a 2 and a something else. No. Funny enough, most of the time when I've done the dice with death, I usually win on the first try. This is becoming a very bad, very, very bad thing.